the concerns that have a direct impact not only on the United States, but perhaps more importantly on your countries. In the past year, over 800 pounds of marijuana washed up on the shores of Florida just north of here. A vivid reminder to certainly everyone in this city, in this state, of the days when the Caribbean was in fact the preferred drug smuggling route into the United States. Like all of you, I'm very concerned about the Caribbean's vulnerability to shifts in any illicit trafficking that could be on the horizon and likely is. I'm confident we can take steps now to ensure continued regional security. As you all know, the theme of this year's conference is force sustainment, and I'll be emphasizing the importance of maintenance and sustainment of the U.S. Southern Command supported programs in all of our discussions. In my opinion, this discussion is critical, especially in light of the resource realities facing all of us in the coming years. This doesn't mean the United States is abandoning our commitment, far from it. It simply means we're going to prioritize programs that demonstrate a clear return on all of our investments. The U.S. will continue to remain engaged in the Caribbean, but all of us, my country and yours, are going to have to be more demanding partners towards one another. In my book, that means the support continues to come, and I'm confident it will, but with maintenance and sustainment strings attached. Investments, assets, equipment, and the like made by the U.S. or Caribbean community have to be sustainable and sustained by Caribbean nations. This is the best way, I think, to show that programs designed to improve Caribbean security are valuable, because your commitment to sustained force will ensure these programs pay long-term security dividends for many years to come. I understand that CARICOM has done an outstanding job increasing regional cooperation and promoting increased maritime interdiction among its members. Now it's time to focus, I think, on how we can consolidate and sustain this progress. My expectations for this conference are pretty simple. I'm interested in hearing your professional and personal perspectives on force sustainment and the additional issues facing your country and the Caribbean. I also hope we can agree on several concrete measures during the executive discussion tomorrow. I discussed last year's Cansec proceedings with my predecessor, Doug Frazier, who sends his hellos, by the way. And I have a good grasp, I think, on the expectations and do-outs from the St. Kitts Conference. I'm also committed to building on Doug's vision of strengthened partnerships and cooperation throughout the Caribbean. From the Southern Command's perspective, I see this conference as an extension of the recent Caribbean Basin Security Initiative Security Cooperation Dialogue. The Department of Defense has identified 3 flagship programs to support CBSI's goal of increasing regional cooperation. First, Southern Command is prepared to launch the Enhanced Technical Assistance Field Training Team program, which is designed to help our CBSI partners enhance maintenance, logistics, and procurements for their defense forces. Second, we're supporting the cooperative situational information integration initiative to increase domain awareness and information sharing across all of our nations. Finally, we're supporting the development of a regional strategy to address issues related to maritime security, an undertaking that will build on CARICOM's implementation agency for crime and security impacts, and work drafting a regional Caribbean counter-illicit trafficking strategy. We'll be discussing all of these programs in greater detail a little later on, but on behalf of the Department of Defense and the Department of State, which oversees CBSI, I urge all of you to demonstrate your continuing commitment to regional cooperation and force sustainment by signing the agreements required by participation in all 3 of these important programs. I'm very pleased CARICOM Impacts has made concrete progress on developing a regional counter-illicit trafficking strategy, and I look forward to hearing Mr. Forbes' presentation on next steps. I also understand CARICOM Impacts has reached a consensus on the location of the Caribbean Maritime Center of Excellence. Wonderful news, and I hope we can identify opportunities for U.S. Southern Command support. I've asked Rear Admiral Michel to prepare a brief on how Joint Interagency Task Force South supports CBSI in CARICOM's regional counter-illicit trafficking strategy. He'll share also some of his ideas in operationalizing the CARICOM strategy, and I look forward to hearing your insights as well. I think this will be a particularly thought-provoking discussion. So I think we're here for a very productive conference. I'm looking forward to some candid and honest conversation, and certainly getting to know you all and building friendships, personal friendships. Although I'm new to Southcom, I want to tell you all that I am dedicated to continuing the progress that the United States and the nations of the Caribbean have already made into opening up a new chapter of engagement. I hope you all join me in reinvigorating our relationship and renewing our shared commitment to hemispheric security. I look forward to working with each and every one of you to do exactly that. And on a very, very personal note, again, I'm new at this. The acronyms I daily confuse me, and I try to figure out. But I very much ask for your patience and your friendship as I stand on the shoulders of Doug Frazier, and certainly will work very, very hard to build on all of our friendships and relationships. Thanks very much.